Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Shingeki no Kyojin's new episode, which is the final season of part 2, which is on episode 11 or episode 86. Now, this episode right here was actually very nicely done, and it was action-packed, but at the same time sad for me. I mean, calling me crazy Milonakis here and there, but if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the fight with, the Jaegers continues on, and we have to it Theo Maga and Hanji end up talking with the mechanics of the Azumamoto or Hizuru family, you know? We had to it that these guys say that we need at least half a day or possibly less than that to a certain location we need to go to. Or should I say they need a lot of time to prepare the flying boat in order for it to work, you know? Which I can understand why. I mean even though they are experts in their mechanics and engineers, you know, they always need time. We all know that. And as the episode continues on in its own way, we have to it that Hanji and everyone else decides to make a decision, you know? We have to it that they decide to trying to get the Azumamoto or Hizuru family mechanics right onto the boat in order to escape right now. As for Falco, he plans to try to fight in order to help him out, because right now it's very bad. Annie and Reiner, they're being overwhelmed by thunder spears. As useful as it is, as useful as it is when you're facing the enemy, but when it's turned on you, on the other hand, that's a whole freaking different story. I mean, you all agree with me, right? Either you imagine yourself like you were playing a video game when you have a certain weapon that's so useful to you, right? But the sad thing is, when it's used against you in other cases, that's a totally different story. You go like, freaking hell, man. Yeah. So, in other words, Falco wants to fight because Annie and Reiner are being overwhelmed by thunder spears. We have to it that Piek wants to help out too, but she will help out once she delivers them to the boat, you know? And like I said, over and over again, Annie and Reiner are being bombarded by a bunch of thunder spears. And later on, Falco comes in order to help out. And right now, before Hanji, Mikasa, and everyone else who's against the Jaegers and Flock's army, we have to it that they managed to, hold themselves, you know? And there was a bunch of reinforcements on the way from the train, and that sucked really badly. Because we have to it that, if that reinforcement train showed up, arrived right on time and fought them, it would have been game over, total game over. And we have to it that the train that was carrying the reinforcements ends up blowing up, and we have to it Flock gets really shocked about this, you know, and you know, like I said, Falco ends up transforming into the Jaw Titan and goes into action. We have to it Flock gets really upset about this and ends up having to go to the boat and needs to just damage it or blow a big hole in it, you know? Because if there's a big hole in the ship, it won't be able to move, or it'll just sink right away, you know? Even if they did try to move it, it wouldn't be no good because it would just flood and it would just sink like a freaking anchor, like any other anchor, and so forth. Eventually, we have to it that Flock was very close to blowing the boat apart, but with the thunder spear. But Gabby ends up having to shoot his arm in order to mess up his aim and attack on the boat, and we have to eventually Flock ends up falling into the water after being shot by Gabby. In the arm, that is, I think. And we have to it that Mikasa and everyone else does all they can to get rid of the enemies, and later on, after they finally killed them all, they finally decide to, go on the boat and retreat. But we have to it Theo Maga decides to stay behind because he decides to defend the rear, you know? We had to that there's a couple Jaegers who finds, Theo Maga there, and they're about to kill him. But Keith Shadi shows up and kills him off, and they end up having to work together to do something. We had to Theo Maga decides to destroy the warship boat that was stolen, you know? Because we all know how warships or battleships are. They can catch up to any other regular boat and it's dangerous. The moment they even catch up, they will sink it down with its military might whatsoever. We all know that. Theo Maga tells Kishari that he plans to blow up that boat whatsoever, you know? And we had to it that eventually, they ended up having to go to the boat, and they end up having to have a small talk with each other. Even Theo Maga's why did you save us? You're the one that stopped the reinforcements, right? And Keith Shadi's yeah, I did. You understand you're going to spell this island to death right now, right? Because you stopped it. And if it weren't for you stopping those reinforcements on the train, it would have been game over for us. Or, yeah. But Keith Shades tells Theo Maggott he decides to help him out because he did see his students, his former students, and Annie out there to, like, have a goal in mind, you know? And that's what actually moved him. And we have to it, Theo Maggott's like, you know, you might be one of the heroes that actually saved the world if they remember you. Though Keith Shades like, I don't really care about that. And besides, I was actually looking for a place to die anyway, you know? So we have to it that, like, Theo Maggott tells Shades that he was never proud of his own actions, and he finally realizes it would have been great if the warrior cadets, which involved Zeke, despite Zeke being a, like, traitor and all, he really wished Zeke and the others, Gabby, Falco, and Galliard, Reiner, Annie, and many others, you know, that's in his mind right now. Like, he finally realized it would have been great if these kids lived a normal life that's away from war, you know, that kind of thing. And I understand that. Sometimes, like I said, and I'm pretty sure we all could agree, war is nasty, dark, and cruel. We all know that. I'm pretty sure you read your history about war in school and all that, realizing how devastating the consequences of war is. In economics, everywhere. It affects the entire globe around, you know, that kind of thing. And as the episode continues on, you know, we have to it that Theo Maggott and Keith Shades ask each other's names, and they end up telling each other's names before Theo Maggott game prepared everything else and blows up the boat, and later on everyone could only cry and be in shock of what happened, but it needed to be done, you know? Then there's a post-credit scene where Hanji tells Annie about what's going to happen to Marley and Liberio, you know? Because the rumbling is moving much faster than expected, as Hanji mentioned it at the beginning of the episode, and now she's mentioning it again towards the very end of the post-credit scene, where Hanji says, it's over. Even if we reach over there, there's no one else over there. We had to it, Annie, therefore, doesn't want to fight anymore, and Mikasa tries to console her, you know? And we have to it, Annie asks the same question she asked him the night before. Or should I say, last night in the episode timeline. Can you kill Eren? Because I know for the fact if I try to kill him, you won't be able to sit back and watch, you know? That kind of thing. Come on, I don't want to have to fight you guys anymore. I'm tired of it, you know? And the way I look at it, I understand greatly about this situation, you know? Annie, her father's possibly dead, man. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, like, the rumbling already is going very fast right now, and it's almost like going supersonic speed. Sorry for making that stupid reference, but it's really going fast and trampling down a lot of people right now and killing a lot of innocent life. You all know that, and so forth. Despite that, the episode ends out there, and preview next episode's called The Dawn of Humanity, you know, etc. You know, the sad thing about, like, this episode, despite being nicely action-packed and all that, is that these guys are killing each other because of different viewpoints of how things should be done, you know? Armin and the other Survey Corps, combined with Marley, wants to stop the genocide because it's wrong. It's not right, you know? While the other wants genocide to happen to protect their home and island because that's all they got. The world hates them for it. We all know that. We all understand that. And many of you guys can hate Flock for what he's doing is really stupid and insane on what he did on the island and what he's doing now. But you guys have to understand, this guy's doing all he can to protect his home and island, you know? I mean, the world's not going to accept him because he's born from that island, obviously. The moment they find out, they'll just kill him right on the spot, you know? And they want to destroy his, like I said, Paradise Island, the only place he has left in this world, you know? So yeah, I understand why people can hate Flock and understand him, but for me, I get the guy what he's doing is pretty much unethical, but he's doing it to protect his home, his island, and his friends and family and everyone he cares about, because that's all he's got. He has nowhere else in the world to live or stay, you know, that kind of thing. As for the others, you know, we all understand why they're doing this, because they want to stop genocide. It's stupid. Even if it was for a justified reason, or even if it's for a good cause or good reason, it's still wrong. Even I admit to that. Genocide is not something like I would want to do, even if it was really justified, you know? But it all depends on how your mind gets to a point where you want to snap, but whatever. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!